Welcome back to the Mr. I1 YouTube channel. If you're interested in personalized patrilineal analysis and having a video created regarding your direct patrilineal line, consider becoming a Patreon member. There is a link in the description of this video. In today's video, I'm going to do a deep dive into child branch I-Z17954 to hopefully gain more insight into the origins of Mr. I1 himself. I won't be analyzing types of graves or archaeological goods found in said graves or the autosomal DNA of ancient individuals. I will solely be looking at Y DNA. The last common ancestor of the I-Z17954 branch is probably the most closely related descendant to Mr. I1, since this branch is only comprised of one SMP. An SMP can occur as immediately as the next generation, so it's theoretically possible that Mr. I-Z17954 could even be a son or grandson of Mr. I1. I find it quite interesting that there have been 0 ancient samples and 0 modern testers that have claimed Norway for their earliest known patrilineal country of origin that have tested positive for this child branch of Mr. I1. Furthermore, all of the I-Z17954 kits claiming Finland for their earliest known patrilineal country of origin all belong to only one current era subclade, I-Z17954, and its child branch, I-Z17954. I would expect to see far more people claiming Norway or Finland for their EKA amongst multiple downstream branches of I-Z17954 if it did indeed originate in northeastern Scandinavia with the East Scandinavian cluster, as mentioned in the preprint, steppe ancestry in Western Eurasia, and the spread of the Germanic languages. In my opinion, the modern distribution of I-Z17954 points towards an origin either in southern Sweden or northern Germany. Proficient seafarers would be able to make that narrow crossing of the Baltic Sea pretty easily. Unfortunately, we currently do not have any I-Z17954 ancient DNA from either the late Neolithic or the Bronze Age. But what can we learn from the ancient samples we do have? There is an ancient I-Z17954 sample from the 2020 study, Population Genomics of the Viking World. He is labeled VK275. He was discovered in a Viking Age cemetery at the archaeological site of Kargudden on the Danish island of Langeland. As you can see in the following map, Langeland is not that far away from either southern Sweden or northern Germany. Another ancient I-Z17954 sample in the 2022 study, the Anglo-Saxon migration and the formation of the early English gene pool. In this study, he was labeled POH005, and he was discovered in an Anglo-Saxon cemetery in Polhill, Kent, England. Once again, the original Anglo-Saxon homelands in the southern Jutland Peninsula and northern Germany are quite accessible from either southern Sweden or northern Germany. Another ancient I-Z17954 in the 2024 study, capturing the fusion of 2 ancestries and kinship structures in Merovingian Flanders. In this study, he was labeled OLV050, and he was discovered at the archaeological site of St. Truden. In the following map from the study, St. Truden is represented by the red circle located in Flanders, Belgium. Once again, it's not difficult to imagine this patrilineal line having some kind of southern Scandinavian, northern Germany origin. 2 ancient I-Z17954 samples in the 2025 study, ancient DNA connects large-scale migration with the spread of Slavs. In the study, they were labeled VEM016 and VEM021. They were discovered in Velem, Croatia, and lived some time between 650 and 900 CE. Being discovered in modern-day Croatia, these 2 patrilineal lines probably have origins with East Germanic tribes that were eventually absorbed into Slavic tribal migrations. East Germanic patrilineal lines could have had origins in either southern Sweden or northern Germany prior. It's also important to take a look at the child branches of I-Z17954 Child branch IK541, 1 SMP. Child branch IFGC 47136, 1 SMP. Child branch IY19288, 2 SMPs. There is immediate branching going on. I don't see how all of this immediate branching could have taken place in northeastern Scandinavia or Finland and still have the modern and ancient distribution in southern Scandinavia and northern Germany that we see today. Lastly, in the 2023 study, Paleogenomics of Upper Paleolithic to Neolithic European hunter-gatherers, are most closely related in time pre-I1 sample ever discovered, was analyzed. He was labeled OST003. He lived on a small island of Tannenweiler in Lake Ostorf in the city of Schwerin in northern Germany. I have a hard time believing this is purely coincidental that it's so close to where Mr. I-Z17954 and possibly Mr. I1 himself are possibly theorized to have lived. Thanks for watching.